Hi, wonderful comm team. I just wanted to record a really short video to discuss the assessment 2 with you. Just in addition, this is in addition to the Collaborate session and also the video sent from Tanya, the UC. So please don't watch just one of them, watch all three. That's part of learning online, is to watch these videos to help you with your assessments. It's really important to do that. I will probably do another one for the assignment 3 if you find it valuable. So maybe under this video, just shoot me a little message to let me know if you found this video helpful or not, and I can go forward for the next assessment. So as you can go, have a look up the front here at the top. This is the assessment here, Learning Communication Online. Here is the word limit, the weighting, and the due date. In future TPs, if this video is successful, obviously this date will be different. But for this one, this is the first time I've filmed it. Our date is this one here, due week 5, Monday of week 5. Just going to swap over to here for a minute to give you some ideas of what is going to be helpful for you going forward in this assessment. Looking through the week 3, the Contributing in a Digital Age, and the week 4 Finding Stuff, Credibility and Reliability learning materials and weekly activities is the most important for this assessment. As you can see, this is the reading, you're reading, you're reading, and this is contribute. This is the activity here, and it's important that you join in on the week 3 activity because part of it is actually required in your assessment. So it is important that you contribute there. Moving on to week 4, we start discussing credibility and reliability. Again, information literacy, sources. These sound bites are really important. What's good about them is that they're written by professionals. So you don't need to feel like you need to see them all. If you want to be a teacher, just view Peter the Teacher's one. If you want to be a psychologist, just view the psychologist one, etc., etc. If you don't fall into any of the categories, just choose one that you'd like to have a look at or watch them all. That's fine. Module 4.5 activity is developing assessment 2. And I'm just going to click on that for a moment so that we can have a look what's written in here. So this is developing assessment 2 here. So if you look under this activity, here is a template. This is the template for you to use that will help you with this assessment. That will help you break it down and make it easier for you to actually do this assessment. The trick with this assessment is it's not an essay. Although we expect you to write in teal paragraphing, it isn't actually an essay. You just need to answer the 3 responses. There's 3 questions as per the assessment brief, which we'll have a look at in a minute, and you just need to answer them clearly. They don't need to link to each other like a sentence, but they do need to link to the learning materials, and they need to have proper teal paragraphing, as I mentioned earlier. Here, this links to the student portal, which is a guide on essay writing. This one here is planning and structure. This is also important to help you. And the METSCA is very important in this assessment. So the METSCA's criteria, which we've discussed in the learning materials, which is authority, currency, coverage, accuracy, and objectivity, is what you need to use for question 3. This link here will take you direct to our Q&A forum. I think it's really important that you ask questions in there now rather than later. That way I can respond to you quickly and others can benefit from your questions as well. So I'm just moving on quickly to the next one here. This is just working my way through the learning materials. They look very similar to yours. Some of these things down the side may be a little different, but it's essentially still the same. This is the activity here for this week, which is what I want you to take one of the 2 sources that you plan to use in your question 3, and I can give you feedback on this. So in this activity, you are essentially doing part of question 3 for your assessment. You are evaluating using METSCA's criteria, one of those sources. And I can give you feedback on your referencing in this week. I can give you feedback on your source. I can give you feedback on your evaluation. I can't do that privately via email, but I can do it in this week's activity. So it's vital that you jump on board and complete that. Jumping back here for a minute to the credible sources, the assessment overview. This is what we're looking for when we're evaluating our sources. The assessment details down here. It's telling you here that the week 4.5 activity is important. 3 short answer questions that you are addressed. Now, I know it says 300 words here each. We've actually changed that. It's broken down a little bit further here. So it's roughly 300. So for question 1, all of this information is in the Collaborate session as well, so I'm not going to read through it all, but it's 250 words, 250 words, 200 words, and 200 words. This is the breakdown of the questions. Remember, question 3 has 2 questions. Very important. Down here is additional resources on academic integrity, on referencing. These are all important for this assessment. We want you to practice your referencing. You'll get feedback on it, which will help you in your next assessments and in your next unit. So it's really important that you do that as well. Academic integrity is obviously source citing and referencing the sources that you use. So someone else's work that you're actually citing yourself. I've put lots of information up in the discussion board this week regarding sources, regarding this assessment, regarding the discussion board activities. It's really important that you jump in there and have a look over all of those and to complete the week 3 and week 4 activities to help you with your assessment. Watch the Collaborate recording, which is in the Collaborate forum. If you're not familiar with that, this is group 28, obviously. Assessment 2, I've got lots of information in there to help you with Q&As. You can put questions in there, whatever you'd like to do. I've put updates here for information that's helpful. This is the week 3 activity, this is the week 4 activity, and this is the Collaborate forum. And in the Collaborate forum, you'll find links to the recording, to the PDF slides. And it's vital that you view that before you submit the assessment. If you need an extension for assessment 2, come down here, it says request for assignment extension. You click on that. If you only want 48 hours, you click this one, that will come to me. You'll need to give a reason as well. If you want longer, if you've got extenuating circumstances that you require longer than 40 hours, you click on that. This will go to the UC Tanya. This will need supporting documentation to show why you need more than 48 hours. Please ask for this early, especially if you want longer than 48 hours. Tanya gets quite busy at this time of the teaching period with emails, so it's really important. So this one will come to me. If you only need 48 hours for this extension, meaning to 5 p.m. on the Wednesday, click on this one, but please don't leave it to the last minute. Extensions after 5 o'clock on the Monday most likely will not be granted. You need to actually get it in early. Anyway, I think that's enough from me. I am going to jump on the discussion board, and hopefully you'll bring your questions over there as well. I'm going to email out this video to you all. I'm also going to place it in the discussion board forum. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.